GEM, Growing Through Exercise and Movement, an OTPT Materials Grant. This grant was awarded to the physical therapist and occupational therapists who provide services to students in the intensive learning programs at Fisk and Estabrook Elementary Schools. These therapists are Juliette Moyer, Erica Maloof, Sarah Lubeck, and Kate Jessen. First, a bit about the research. Research tells us autistic students have a high rate of motor impairment. This 2020 study indicates the proportion of children diagnosed with autism at risk for motor impairment is very high, at 86.9%. This 2017 study tells us gross motor and fine motor deficits impact students' ability to participate in school activities. These three studies from 2023, 2015, and 1991 tell us autistic students need frequent practice across varied environments to make progress. This study from 2017 tells us that when special educators work on gross motor and fine motor programs in their classrooms, students make effective progress in gaining of motor skills. Students in the Fisk and Estabrook Intensive Learning Program are among the students with the highest support needs in the district. Many students in the ILP carry an autism diagnosis, and many students with autism also present with coordination disorders. Because of their specific needs, students in the ILP programs don't always have access to the same gross motor and fine motor opportunities that their peers have in the general education setting. With this in mind, the occupational and physical therapists wanted to provide ILP students with more opportunities to practice gross motor and fine motor activities in the classroom and across settings throughout the week. But we identified a need. The classrooms did not have all the therapy materials they needed to practice gross motor and fine motor skills. Therapy materials are extremely expensive, and outfitting 8 separate ILP classrooms with the equipment needed was cost prohibitive in the context of our regular yearly budget. Here's where the Lexington Education Foundation saved the day. Many thanks to the LEF for generously funding our grant. We are extremely grateful to both the LEF and to all the donors who have made this grant possible. With the funds, we have purchased fine motor materials including sensory bins, squigs, lacing shoes, theraputty, weighted balls, slant boards, dressing vests, twist and write pencils, ledgy liners, pegboards, tweezers, clothespins, wiki sticks, lacing boards, and crayon rocks. We purchased gross motor materials including stepping stones, balance beams, polyspots, tunnels, rainbow rings, scooters, beanbags, TheraBand, bowling pins, and cones and hurdles. We've completed training with all ILP teachers and SSIs at Fisk and are nearly done with trainings at Estabrook. Once trainings are complete, the classroom receives the materials. Each classroom receives 2 labeled black bins, as well as a beam and tunnel. All bins will have a visual picture inventory of what's inside, and all bins and equipment inside is labeled with the classroom ID number, and all bins have data sheets attached to track material usage. One of the most important aspects of the grant is providing staff with easy access to thoughtful and intentional activities to practice with our students. To that end, we're building a robust Google Drive so that students can easily engage with all the amazing materials in ways that will support their learning. Our drive has folders for tips and tricks, individual student programs at both Fisk and Estabrook, general gross motor activities, general fine motor activities, and data sheets. If you click on Student Programs for Fisk or Student Programs for Estabrook, you will find a folder for each classroom. If you click on Individual Classrooms, you will find a folder for each student. These 2 folders represent 2 different students. If you click on the student folder, as I did here, you will find separate gross motor and fine motor folders specifically for that student using all the grant materials. If you click on the gross motor folder, you'll find activities that target specific areas for that student. In this case, this student has core activities and balance activities. Click on core activities and you will find core activities specific to the student. If you choose the balance folder, you'll find an array of balance activities. From there, you can choose an activity from the slideshow, assist the student in watching the video model, and help the student complete the activity. In this case, the student would be working on balance and coordination while using the beam and squigs purchased by the LEF grant. Students also have access to gross motor drives and fine motor drives, containing specific activities for each individual piece of equipment. For example, if students are showing an interest in using scooters during a motor break, staff can go to the Google Drive and select the slideshow that has scooter activities listed. Staff or students can choose an activity, watch the video model with the student, and help the student complete the activity. Likewise, there are videos, activities, and slideshows for all of our fine motor materials as well, like zipping, clothing management, and shoe tying. We are so excited that our students will have access to these amazing materials. They will be able to more regularly and specifically practice skills that will help them reach their IEP goals. The materials will be available for movement breaks and indoor recess. Words can't easily convey the gratitude that we have to the LEF for helping us make the GEM OTPT materials grant a reality. We've already gotten so much positive feedback from staff, and we look forward to creating a robust program that will continue to grow for years to come. Thank you so much for supporting this important work.